Welcome back, everyone, to another climb to the top 500. For those just joining us, we've had a bit of a smooth ride so far. I was having a bit of a meteoric rise, and then we went into a sun team. Normally I think I'm pretty confident with my weather teams, and especially more aggressive playstyle where there's lots of heavy switching and prediction heavy. But we don't know what happened, but I just got completely rocked by these predictions and did terribly that way. So we're gonna mix that up again today. The last session, I had a MELMETAL balance team sent to me very kindly by CRPR. Really awesome team. However, I had some slight concerns with it. My biggest concern was speed control. Let's see if we can pull it up here. My biggest concern was speed control because the fastest guy on this team is a rodent heat, not even scarfed. And my other concern was like sort of setting up or setup sweepers in general, because one simple Hydreigon Nasty plot would really just completely eviscerate this team, I thought. And I didn't run into that last time. We did okay, but I think we actually won the game, but we'll see. So we are going to make 2 edits to it. I made the first edit, actually, I guess the third, depending on how you order it. And I threw in a ditto, because of course what better speed control is there than ditto, where it just takes your guy and adds +1 speed to it. And it also kind of neatly counters really any setup sweeper in general, because I can of course steal your boost that way, which is a great sort of counter right there. So I'm pretty optimistic about it. To make room for it, I had to get rid of something. So I kind of compressed the roles of Vaporeon, the Wish Passer, and the Powdon, the bulky ground type with the Stealth Rock, into Seismitoad. It's pretty universal for a reason. Although CRPR heard my concerns, kind of agreed with them, I think, a little bit, and made some very slight edits to the old team that I thought made a lot of sense. I mean, of course, this is a much better team builder than I think. I'm more than happy to defer that. The changes that CRPR made were making the Clefable unaware, which is like not very frequently used. I think it's such a great ability. Especially the only reason my Quagsire is seeing any usage in any generation nowadays is because unaware is just that good. And with all the wish passing on this team between itself and Vaporeon, there's even a heal bill on Vaporeon, the incidental damage that like kind of racks up over time and would worry you and why you want Magic Guardian Clefable might not be as important as it would be otherwise. And they also made some adjustments to the MELMETAL, making it a bit more of a, has some setup super potential, which is great because I wasn't getting a ton of usage out of the Thunder Wave and the substitute, namely Ferrothorn. You throw a Rocky Helmet on a Ferrothorn, make it full defense bold. There's not much that our MELMETAL could do about it, but if you can predict that with an Acid Armor into a Body Press, boom, not only do you have a huge threat in your hands that forces a special attacker to come in, but you're doing a huge number to whoever's swapping into it in the first place. So anyways, very clever edits there. I accidentally played a game without knowing I was recording it, so this is like a second attempt at that. So we are going to go into it regardless, but the good news with that is I won the game, and I'll start with my ditto one actually. Yeah, the good news is that we won the game. Now we're up to 1570, knocking on 1600 Elo's doors, which is pretty exciting, I think that's about 100 from the top 500 range, so the climb is getting a little bit successful. But regardless, we've got an extremely unique looking team here. We see, this is definitely HO. I'm going to be glad to have this MELMETAL and ditto, that's for sure. Question is, who is leading? I don't see a rocker that isn't Mew, so it's a question between the Mew or the Grimmsnarl and who's leading. I think the cool thing about hyper offense in this generation is that, I don't know if this is a thing before, but at least in my experience, frequently you have 2 setup leaders. So you can have, a Mew, for example, who's just a setup rocks, probably has got a red card and taunt, and a Grimmsnarl who's got the prankster screens, so good, of course. So instead of just having like, if it was just Mew as the suicide lead, I would just pick the best matchup for that and have a perfect game plan going into it with team preview. However, because there's 2 suicide leads, I now have this like difficult 50-50 decision to make on who's actually going to be coming in here, and kind of have to work my way around that. I like ditto in case he goes Mew because I can use my Scarf Taunt to beat him to the punch. I like that a lot. However, if he goes Grimmsnarl, I'm not sure if Grimmsnarl is taunt, because if the Grimmsnarl doesn't have taunt, then I'm kind of losing a bit of momentum there. Seismitoad will just get taunted by this one. I think the Mew is more likely though. I'm gonna play predicting the Mew. Great, we're gonna see that. I'm absolutely gonna have a taunt on this thing. I can't imagine someone running it without that. Yep, my opponent should recognize that. Call me crazy, I think I'm gonna Stealth Rock because my opponent should recognize that a fast taunt is coming out. Or will they? So, my gut tells me to Stealth Rock because my opponent's gonna switch and recognize that they're gonna be walled, but it's a good thing I didn't. It's a good thing I didn't. Okay. So now we both have to switch. And so now we have to predict the double. It's like a second lead matchup. Grimmsnarl's obvious because they can get up screens there. Or they could go for one of their big wall breakers. Like, that might be a Specs Gengar. Maybe Scarf. Maybe Scarf to beat with the Dragapult. That might be more common nowadays. I think I'm going to go Clefable, because I like the matchup versus just about everyone. Except for Cloyster. Cloyster would suck, but I've got a very comfortable swap in right here. Okay, let's do that. Let's see who they double to. They go to the Grimmsnarl. Okay, I got a big bad Moonblast waiting for you. It's not doing a lot, but maybe some chip. We get the special attack drop, which doesn't matter, of course. Gengar's going to come in, going to take nothing, completely shrug that off, yep. Protect. I want to Protect because my gut tells me this is a Scarf set. However, I'm concerned that if he substitute, that would be so devastating for me. So I'm going to go to Mandibuzz. They can either run a Nasty Plot set like this, of course. If it's not substituting off the rip, that tells me that its last move might even be Thunderbolt, which would really blow. My Ditto, of course, if I could get him in safely, would be great, but doesn't have the light screens at the moment. So if he's not substituting, that probably means it's a third attack, and the third attack is almost always going to be Thunderbolt. But I think I even live this. So I'm going to knock off the Life Orb, I'm guessing. My opponent leaves. Okay, well, we'll take that if that happens. But yeah, anyways, I think it's really cool how Hyper Offense has kind of got two setupers nowadays, because just the screens have gotten so good nowadays with between Aurora Veil on Ninetales and Grimmsnarl is such a fantastic screen setter with the Prankster ability. It leaves this interesting 50-50 on who's going to lead next. I should have probably predicted that he'd go to his Grimmsnarl from the Mew. I was covering him going into an offensive option right away, but that was not the case. But hold on, we might have a disconnect brewing here. I will take it by any means. We're climbing. It doesn't have to be pretty. Oh, they do reconnect. They do Thunderbolt. It does kill. Okay, you know what? That was a bad head calc. I thought full Spadef that we'd be fine with that. It's going to be an automatic Ditto. My Ditto's going to be really useful in this matchup in general. If I'm my opponent, I'm going to the Weevil here. But it's in these high-tempo Hyper Offense games, it might be better for my opponent to stay in. But the Grimmsnarl will completely shrug this off. This is tough. I think... Oh, this is such an important Pokemon for me. Oh, my gut is telling me to Sludge Away, but I'm going to Shadow Ball. They stayed in before with the Mew. And took the taunt. And it completely pays off. Okay, you know what? I'm under-predicting here. I'm not over-predicting. It's paying off. And they wanted this Weavile to get in to set up a free knockoff. So that kind of makes sense. I wonder if they'll Icicle Crash. Clefable's not too worried about a knockoff. Okay, goes for that. I'm not sure if that's banded damage or not. Seemed a little bit low. Maybe it's Dark Glasses, but I don't imagine... I can't think of a lot of reasons to run a Weavile that wouldn't be banded or Life Orb. So I'm guessing this is banded. Who would I go to on a Moonblast? I'm not sure. I'm going to Teleport. I think they're switching. Yep, I get that correct. Light screens are slowly running out. I could go for the same situation before with a taunt. I think I might. But I've established the fear of the taunt. I've done this to this guy before, and he stayed in several times. I think I'm going for the Stealth Rocks. Oh, they stay in. This guy refuses to switch by any means, and that's going to give them a free... Maybe we should have gone for Spikes, because he could have gotten the Stealth Rocks up with Seismitoad. Oh well. Oh wait, did it have Burn? Oh crap. I think it had Will-O-Wisp, didn't it? Crap, I can't stay in. Lost my train of thought there. I cannot afford to stay in on that. This guy's got Taunt. I wonder if he'll do it right now. He does do it. Shoot. Okay, I'm kind of making some poor plays here. I wonder if I Overheat or if I Volt Switch. My opponent doesn't really have anything to gain by staying in besides more Spikes, so they probably are going to stay in. Not doing a lot of chip. This Mew is so tanky. I don't know. Normally, like Suicide Lead Mew, I don't have a ton of trouble with, but this team is just, the offense isn't quite enough. Thank God I've got the Magic Guard Clef on this team. I've got my Defogger dead. I think I really screwed the pooch on this so far. I could go for Ditto again, get Spikes up, but it's going to lose me so much momentum, so that doesn't make any sense. I'll go to this one. Probably going to go for a Taunt and just let the Mew die. Yep, does that correctly. On the bright side, I'm not terribly afraid of this Weavile as long as my Clefable stays healthy. Necrozma, I'm not sure what to expect from that. Grimmsnarl doesn't really have much offense to speak of. I wonder if... It doesn't have any setup moves besides Autonomize, though. Or it's Calm Mind. I'm completely wrong. Okay, we got a super lucky drop there. I'm going to go to... Metal, no, would die to the Heat Wave. This isn't great. Okay, so they do get Moonlight. which is a recovery move. So I can't just slowly whittle them down. I'm going to keep this thing healthy for the Weavile. I don't know if my best option really is here. Eventually Ditto will be able to do something, but not yet. I mean, I don't want to get into that sort of battle quite yet. Melmetal is going to get melmeted from a Heat Wave. Do they carry Heat Wave in the set, though? Let's do another quick check. Calm Mind. Yeah, Photon Geyser, Heat Wave. That makes sense. Yeah, that's about what I would predict. I guess I'll go for the Rotom or Seismitoad. Who's more valuable for me? I got Rock Step. I guess Seismitoad is less valuable. Get a Toxic off. Yeah, I like the looks of that. Maybe even a knockoff afterwards, depending if they let me get away with it. I'm not sure if +1 Photon Geyser will kill from this range. Iron Defense. Okay, this Toxic is huge then. I did not know it got that. So it doesn't even have Heat Wave, I bet. So Melmetal would have been a good play. Or they have Iron Defense instead of Moonlight. That's of course possible too. I'll knock off the leftovers. There's a ton of damage. Huge crit coming in clutch. Let's see if they do have recovery. This turn will tell all. If they don't, they have rest. Oh no. Oh gosh. And this is huge because if he doesn't have a fire type move, it's definitely Photon Geyser for the last move. Crap. If that's the case, then my Ditto will not affect the Weavile, which is massive. I wish I had a Trick Setter. That's a problem. Okay, I gotta go to this guy now. I hope it does enough damage. Because yeah, otherwise I could go find whatever, boost as much as you want. I'll get in my Ditto, steal your stat boost, and reverse sweep you. However, I can't because Weavile is a dark type, same with Grimmsnarl, and will be unaffected by the Photon Geyser. So that's actually probably a clever, intentional bit of team building for my opponent here, who's super high elo. What am I doing facing such a high elo person here? I know I got a couple of wins, but let's relax. Completely shrugging off that. I can't even boost and get an Acid Armor body press off because it's going to resist that too. Am I willing to sacrifice this one? This Iron Defense after this one is going to be doing next to nothing. This is real troublesome. I want to keep my Melmetal healthy for the Ditto, for the Cloyster, sorry. But maybe I should sacrifice this guy just to get some chip off. Because the Ditto can also help check the Cloyster to an extent. I'll get off another one. Luckily, I do... Melmetal doesn't have fantastic special defense. But I do... Should I be making another move here? Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. If only I had someone with a Roar or a Haze. Again, that sort of an anti-sweeping threat. I do have the Ditto. If I had that Unaware Clef, maybe that would be handy. I said before it's a good thing I don't, so I avoid the stealth hazards, but I don't know anymore. Like we got the leftovers off, it's not getting too much recovery. I hope for a crit. Do I start nasty plotting with my Rotom? Maybe that is the play. My opponent's going to recognize that. I got maybe a couple turns to set up here, but it's already at 2.5 times speed def. I don't know. I think probably my play is I got to let something die. I got to let this guy set up a little bit more. I'll get in my Ditto. I'll have to scare him out and just hope I don't lose too many resources in the process. So if that's the case, my Rotom is probably one of the more resources I'm more comfortable with losing. Stored Power is the final move. Okay, that makes more sense. Didn't know it got that either. So yeah, here we'll go to my Ditto. I don't know if my opponent, how much is going to do. Not enough. I think I lose. Wow, this is definitely a new one. My opponent's definitely team building a little bit here. I got up for a crit right now. And we get... Incredible. Absolutely incredible. My Melmetal is healthy. I completely understand my opponent's assault. That is an insane bit of luck right there. I can't get off these hazards, and this Ditto's going to die next time it gets in, so I'm happy to sack this. It's not a banned set. That's crazy. Will this struggle at least do damage? Does nothing. Okay. I managed to screw the pooch here in two different ways. Iso Crash is killing this guy. Knockoff is killing this guy. I think I lose. I blew it in two completely different ways here. Shame. Yeah. GG. Can't believe it. Maybe if an Icicle Crash misses my Clefable. But even Knockoff might kill, but... Yeah. Wow. Cool team from my opponent. Really good player, obviously. I don't know why I'm playing them so early. But, okay, you know what? I'm willing to account that to my team being worse than COPR's at it. So let's see how this next team does. I think I kind of kept it competitive. If I know what that Necrozma set was, I could have done a little bit better. I just thought in my head it was an Autonomy set, because that's way more common as a setup team, with like a weakness policy maybe. And I was really comfortably set up if that was the case. But instead we're going to see a Sand offense tier with a Gigalith. That's pretty uncommon. But the rest of the team looks somewhat standard. I don't see any Flying type, surprisingly. That's a bit interesting. Or any Fairy type. Kind of a 2 defensive cores to this generation are not to be seen. Once I get this Curium dead, and to a lesser extent this Seismitoad, I'm going to be loving my Acid Armor Melmetal. So I'll keep that in mind in the beginning. Not sure who my opponent's going to go for here. I'm not even sure. Maybe the Gigalith is a setup sweeper, because Hippowdon's almost always going to be the rocker. I like my own Hippowdon, but I'm afraid of a Curium lead, which does seem decently likely to me. Oh, that's a tough first turn to decide. The Curium in general is going to be troublesome for me, I believe. My Spadef Vaporeon might be able to do something. Okay, we don't get the Curium. That's fine. We can trade some rocks. Maybe spikes on this guy. Like I think my mana was healthy. That was part of the problem last time, as I let the hazards go up for free. So this time I will get some rocks. I will go out to my Rotom. My opponent's got 3 ground types. 2. That's very interesting. This is a strange team from my opponent. I wonder how it'll pan out. Go to Roam this time, and then I'll probably make a double to something to avoid the Seismitoad. And Seismitoad was actually a little bit of a problem with this team. It's not like, you know, super threatening to me, but it's such a common wall. I ended up playing a really slow game last time because I couldn't deal with the Rotom. Oh, Gravity. Cool set. Okay, very cool. I love Gravity. So Gravity means anyone that's immune to ground type moves instead takes it instead. So this Levitate Rotom will get hit by Exterior Earthquake, Mold Breaker or not. So I gotta keep that in mind. I don't even know if I want to kill this guy right now, to be honest. But I guess I'll just go to my Hippowdon out when that happens. I check. What? What is going on? Okay, so I kind of made a mental snafu and forgot about that Seismitoad double that I wanted to make. Again, Seismitoad's like not my favorite matchup. I can beat it, but like not in a very expedient way. I'll go to Hippowdon. He's set up, does a ton of damage. I've got nothing that can eat this now. Crap. I don't want to take 2 losses in a row. Man. I wonder if it was a roll. I want to keep this one healthy, especially for Gigalith and the opponent Hippowdon, but anything else is going to die into a KO. Crap. I think I lose. Already, turn 5, I think I lose. No one's faster. Again, the speed control is a big issue. Rotom slower, Gravity's still up. I'll go to Vaporeon here. Scald should threaten it out. And if my opponent's going to hit Seismitoad, even a Toxic like this would help with the Seismitoad a great deal. I think I'm going to go to double to my Rotom. He's going to think I made a bad double. I'll get the Toxic off on the Seismitoad as they get up rocks. And then I will go to my Mandibuzz on the Scald and defog all of that away. So hopefully that works out. Okay, my opponent does this switch instead. Okay, this might work out even better because my opponent should be going to Seismitoad here. They did before. What if I was an eject button Seismitoad? That's been interesting. I overheated right off the rip this time, so my opponent should be very fearful of me going for it right away. And if I get this Toxic off... Okay, it hits a Gigalith. That's interesting. Alright, misses. Shoot. That's not as fun. Volt Switch seems obvious. Why wouldn't I Volt Switch here? And my opponent should recognize that and go Seismitoad. They should. But I don't know. I just revealed Toxic too. So I don't know. This team is... I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to have a lot of opportunities for my Melmetal. This entire team seems constructed to mess with my Melmetal. Excadrill smokes it with an Earthquake. It won't be a one-hit KO. It's going to do a lot. Gigalith will probably die fair. But Hippowdon and Seismitoad and Ferrothorn are both great walls to Melmetal, which is pretty much the only true offensive Pokemon I have here. So we'll see how we handle it. Stealth Rocks go up from this one. Okay, I wonder what the Hippowdon's got. Maybe multiple Stealth Rockers? This is a very overly compacted team. There's too many Pokemon doing the same role. I don't think this thing's got a lot of Spadef. I'm wrong. Gravity comes back. Oh boy, I could teleport to my Melmetal on the Excadrill and try to kill it that way, but I think I'd better rather do my Vaporeon here. I'm tempted to protect and get a little bit of chip back, but I think I've got a Scald. Ugh. I can even Wish, actually. Wish would be interesting. But between that and 2 turns of Sandstorm, I don't want to risk it. I don't know. I was just talking about how meteoric my rise was, but maybe not. They finally go to Excadrill. I'm having a hard time getting a beat on my opponent here, but they definitely got my numbers so far. Maybe I can get some of these hazards off, but again, I think I kind of lose at Team Preview here just because Hippowdon, Ferrothorn, and Seismitoad be my main offensive core. If I play this very carefully, maybe otherwise, but he's going to set up on me right now. Do I want to defog on a Swords Dance? One more turn of Gravity. I could go to U-turn onto my Rotom. I think I'll do that. My opponent should be Swords Dancing here. Even if they Iron Head. Oh. I'll do it for Earthquake. Gravity's still up. What am I thinking? Okay, now my Mandibuzz is low. Oh boy. Okay. Please go Seismitoad this time. Please, please. Please, please. I need something. I gotta get some sort of momentum going here. That early swap into Hippowdon really neutered me. And that's why, you know, I always talk about why lead matchups are so important. And that's because, like, one lead matchup can lead you to one situation where you have to let someone take too much damage. And all of a sudden, that's one, you know, crucial pillar of my team out of the way right away. So a lead matchup is more important than you know, even on non-offensive sort of teams. I think that's a really underrated part. Okay, we finally pulled the Seismitoad when I expect it to come out. Great, get some chip on it. There goes the Sands. My Rotom's not getting chipped. I'll go to Mandibuzz this time. Maybe get off a Roost. This Seismitoad hasn't stayed in for a turn once yet. Simply just being a Water Absorb threat. And then the Juck Button threat, oddly enough. Mandibuzz might not be the best, but it should be faster than Seismitoad. So even if he Scalds, I should be able to get a Roost off before they Scald again. Are we going to see Gravity? Everyone else has got it at this point. I remember doing Gravity in Gen 5 when Landostarian was a big offensive threat. That was a fun set. I had nothing more to add to that than that. But I wonder if I want to Roost or Defog first. I'm going to Roost in case they Gyro Ball. I'm not even sure if that would kill, but I'll just play it safe. Knocks off. Wow. Okay, now I have to Defog. My Mandibuzz is now in big jeopardy. I should have recognized that. Knockoff is probably a decent possibility. Although, I don't know. I would have probably more predicted, with Gravity already being used, I would have predicted Power Whip and Leech Seed, but maybe not. And here comes Big Bad Excadrill. And I don't know what I'm going to do about the darn thing. Okay, I had to knock off whatever it had for the item. I haven't checked yet. That's not the case. I'll Roost again. We're burning Gravity turns. This is great. My opponent should get Excadrill on the Defog. Nope, I predicted that wrong. It does have Leech Seed, so knockoff is like... I've seen that a lot lately where the knockoff is the only attack a Ferrothorn has, and that's kind of crazy to me. I don't know. So my opponent's going to refresh Defog next turn probably. I'm going to Defog. My opponent's going to refresh just for another spike. Good play. My opponent's going to press Gravity right now, and then they have to go Seismitoad. I wonder if I want to overeat just so I can get some chip damage though. That's tough. No, I think I'll go to my Mandibuzz. Getting up my own rocks is now impossible. Yeah, this is gonna be a long, ugly game. It's one of those things where I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just like fighting for time here. I'm struggling to stay above water. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I've got to imagine they're going to the Seismitoad. I predicted it before though. Maybe the opponent realizes that I've been predicting the Seismitoad swap-ins a little bit and will be a bit wary of doing that. Because again, that's one more important check, but MELMETAL, if I can get up one acid armor, I can beat these guys. I can. But then Kyurem comes in for free. So by the time I set up, it's dangerous. But the Kyurem can't swap into Body Press by the same token. So maybe I'm not giving my MELMETAL enough credit, if I'm being honest. But it still concerns me. I wonder if I want to Roost here. Okay, we do that. Gravity's up for 2 more turns. I'm going to Roost in this first EQ. It hasn't revealed the setup move so far. I wonder if I'll go for it this time. Vaporeon isn't really at the point where I can comfortably eat it. It's going to be at 50%. I hate that. What's the Ferrothorn again? I'm going to go to Rotom. I think if I set up this situation with Rotom against the Ferrothorn one more time, he might not go to the Seismitoad this time. I've done this. I've made this double a couple times now. So I'm gonna try Melmetal now and hope my opponent stays in. Leech Seed, even eating a Leech Seed from this would be great. I guess the opportunity I should be trying to force it in against is okay, I kind of regret this now. I don't know what I've signed myself up for. I wonder if they'll go for Scald. I'd be totally going for Scald for my opponent. Now I do wish I'd substitute. Well, maybe that'll let my opponent get some health back. Is he Scalding? Earth Powers. Crap, even worse. I gotta get this thing healthy. It's the only answer I have to Exegil at this point. But this is letting hazards get up for free. My opponent's definitely going to... There's no way they're staying in this turn. So I'll Scald. There's no earthly way they're staying in. There's no... I'm telling you, my audience, there's no way it's staying in. Because if it happens, I am... Okay. Oh, we get the Curium. Interesting. So I'll probably see Freeze Dry. At least being threatened. No burn. That would have been kind of nice. I'll protect this guy for sure and get my leftovers back up to full. So now we kind of got an answer back to Excadrill. I don't even know what my swap in is for this thing. I guess Clefable. Clefable's full Spadef and pretty healthy. It's not the most wonderful thing. I could go to Melmetal, but it doesn't have a Spadef where I love that. Plus all these hazards are up. It's taking too much. Rotom's also an average option. Oh, Mandibuzz, I forgot Mandibuzz isn't boots anymore. That sucks. I'll go to Clefable. Does... Oh, it's unaware Clefable. No. Oh, shoot. No. I might have gotten away with it. Wow. I think that might have sealed the game against me. Right there. Right there. I don't have a good answer for Curium right now. I wonder what I was supposed to do in that situation. I guess Vaporeon. But if I had Freeze Dried... Yeah, maybe just letting them get the hazards up was my mistake. My only chance of winning now is a Melmetal sweep. Okay. In order to secure that, I can go to Rotom. I could. I can't go to this guy. I think I gotta go to this guy. Still gonna make him comfortably take at this point. Pun predicts me with that Ice Beam earlier. I'm surprised. I guess it was a bit obvious. Fair enough. Are we gonna see... Okay. I think they're staying in. My loyal audience, do we think they're staying in? And I'm losing the light. Meanwhile, as this long, arduous game crawls on, I'm losing the light. I don't know where you guys are, but here we've had different weather like every single day. Oh, that's the most beautiful double I could have asked for. We get this wish all the way back. Okay, we've got a minuscule chance now. I don't think my opponent's going to go to a Curium right now. I'm going to Acid Armor. They're probably expecting a banded... no, I've revealed leftovers. Fair enough. I'm not sure what my opponent's expecting, to be honest. But I don't think they're going to Curium, which is the only reason why I wouldn't Acid Armor right now. They go to Hippowdon. Okay. If they go to Curium this turn and I Acid Armor again, I'm in big trouble. And they don't. Okay, great. I don't have a lot of recovery. This guy's probably got a Rocky Helmet. My opponent might go to Curium this turn. They don't. Is it revealed to be... Oh, it's the eject button. Great play by my opponent, because now they get in the Curium for free, and now I'm in huge trouble. What's the best way to do this? I could go to Vaporeon again, or I could sack something and then get Vaporeon safely, but I think I gotta go for it here. Earth Power's gonna do about 80%. I just don't know what options I have. I don't know what options I have. I could go to Mandibuzz on the Earth Power, and then U-turn out. And then that would just invite the Seismitoad. We're gonna try it. If I can even knock off this thing's whatever, that'd be pretty fantastic. Do I want to U-turn or knock off? I'll try U-turn. But yeah, as I was saying, the weather's been pretty miserable here. It's funny, it's been either snowing, you know, like really bad snow with a sunny day out, or right now it's transitioned from that into just murky, dark, miserable clouds with snow now. So that's lovely. I don't love Melmetal here either because that'll give them a free Leech Seed. So I'll go to Rotom again. Again, I feel like I'm just barely keeping up any momentum right now. I want to overheat this time just to prevent a Seismitoad swap in. Actually, overheat's not bad right now in general. Yeah, okay. Wow, we kill it. Not a 6-0. That's a Nathan guarantee. No 6-0s from this man's. Except for all the other times I got 6-0, but not this time. But yeah, yucky weather. It's one thing to be locked inside when it's a beautiful sunny day out, but I guess it's almost a little bit better knowing that there's no reason to be going outside to begin with. I wonder if a rock move's coming out here. This guy's revealed nothing but gravity. I'm expecting a gravity though. I'm going to it. Yep. I got you. I got your number, brother. Now, this is actually tricky, because my opponent... I wonder if my opponent will go straight to Kyrian here, expecting an Acid Armor. Oh, that's a very tricky question. They don't. And the eject button's gone. They could go through it again. No. Oh, it's got a Whirlwind. I forgot. That was another obvious thing I should have recognized. My mistake. I want to Scald Burn this thing, but I can't. It should be going to Kyrian right now. Do I want to make it double? No, because Kyrian will then just Earth Power me. And this thing's health is too important. And it dies anyways. Yeah, this is fuego over. Even if I predicted that Whirlwind, Melmetal's doing no kinds of damage to my opponent. A bit to be expected. I'll overheat the Seismitoad. If he stays in, he's dead. If he goes to one of these two, if it goes to Kyrian, he's taking some crucial chip. If it goes to Excadrill, he's dead. Maybe Gigalith. Maybe Gigalith, actually. Maybe I should be Volt Switching here. Yeah, I will, because my opponent should recognize that Hippowdon is his best answer to Melmetal at this point. Again, I think the Kyrian's probably enough alone, but if I'm my opponent, I want to keep this Hippowdon a little bit healthy for that exact reason. So I think my opponent's going to swap out to... Oh, Seismitoad was the other reason I wanted to do that. I kind of made a mental lapse. I thought Gigalith was likely there. I should have overheated. If I'd kept up rocks, that would have been nice, but again, that Hippowdon died just so early. So perilously early. We get the Kyrian. We get some crucial chip on this guy. I wonder if my opponent will go for Draco Meteor. I don't know. I guess Chip's not even that important on this guy because Chip's not even important because Melmetal was killing him one hit anyways. So yeah, another kind of miscalculation. This will see the Seismitoad again. But this time we'll kill it at least. I don't see any way to win this game. I don't really know why I'm playing it out. Oh, this time I get the prediction. Or this time the earlier predicted Gigalith comes out. Bummer. Another gravity. Haven't you done enough? Haven't you impinged on my honor enough? Just go to your Kyrian. End my life. Just finish it. Why am I even playing it out? 50 turns of just sand misery. This is almost verging on sand stall, except it's just not. It's not, but it feels that way. It's stalling my heart. This is so rude. I can't believe the rudeness of my opponent. I don't even think they've got Rock Slide. Of course they've got Rock Slide. You know, I'm claiming one more kill. Don't go to Hippowdon. Don't you do that to me. They're going to Hippowdon. What am I kidding? Who am I kidding? No respect to be found. So yeah, I don't know. Both of these Melmetal teams didn't go so hot, if we're being honest. The first one, I think, was just a little bit of a misplay. I was having a lot of fun with the Ditto one. And again, that unrecorded game I thought went pretty well too, with, once again, that Ditto game. Kyrian this time, they finally do the right play and go for it. Right, well, not the right play, but a good play and go off the rip. That's going to be GG. This does at least 80%, I believe the calc was. See, I keep getting accused of being stall. I think this is more balance. But my opponent decides to roast me. Roast received. You deserved this. I don't think this is stall. This is like more like just a slower play style. I mean, I'm not gonna say it. You know what? I'm not. I'm the better man today. But anyways, some good games were had. The climb suffers a little bit. I think that's probably going to take us back below 1550 and 0-2 live. You hate to see it. But I'll maybe get another team next time. Maybe something a bit more offensive. Maybe something a bit more HO-like. Maybe a rain team. We never know. Anyways, thanks for watching. The climb to 500 will not be slowed beyond this one. We're going to keep it going and take it easy regardless.